In today's video, I'm going to show you how to download and install Gimp plugins step by step, so you can unlock more tools, more filters, and a much better editing workflow. Whether you want advanced effects, smarter cleanup tools, or extra features that Gimp doesn't include by default, this guide will walk you through the safest and easiest way to do it. If this video helps, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more beginner-friendly software tutorials. Alright, let's get into it. The first step is finding the plugin you want to download, and this is really important because you should always use trusted sources. The safest places are verified developer pages, official GitHub or SourceForge downloads, and the developer's own website. Some plugins are simple and are hosted on a GitHub page, while bigger plugin collections may have their own official download site. You can also check community catalogs or forum lists to confirm whether a plugin is compatible with your version of Gimp. Before downloading anything, take a quick look at the file details, the last update date, and whether other users mentioned that it works properly. Once you've found the plugin you want, download the file to your computer. Most plugins come in a zip file, a compressed archive, or an installer package. Save it somewhere easy to find, like your downloads folder or desktop, so the next steps are easier to follow. Now let's move to the second step, which is finding your Gimp plugins folder. Gimp actually gives you a built-in way to locate the correct folder, so you do not have to guess. Open Gimp first, then go to the top menu and click Edit if you're on Windows or Linux, or click Gimp if you're on Mac. From there, choose Preferences. In the Preferences window, look at the left sidebar and find Folders. Click the plus icon next to it to expand the folder list, then click Plugins. At this point, you'll usually see more than one folder path. The one you want is the path that starts with your user profile name, because that keeps your plugins tied to your account and makes them safer during updates. If you use the user folder, you're less likely to lose your plugins when Gimp gets updated later. After selecting that path, click the icon that opens the file location in your file manager. This will take you directly to the exact folder on your computer. Now for step 3, which is extracting and installing the files. What you do here depends on the type of download you have. If your plugin came as an installer, such as an exe on Windows or a PKG on Mac, just double-click it and follow the setup prompts. In many cases, the installer will automatically place everything into the correct Gimp folder for you, which makes it the easiest option. If your plugin came as a manual download, like a zip, TGZ, PY, or SCM file, then you'll need to do a little more work. Start by right-clicking the compressed file and choosing Extract All, Unzip, or whatever your system offers. Once the files are extracted, open the folder and look at the extensions. If you see PY files or other individual plugin files, drag those directly into the plugins folder you opened earlier. If you see SCM files, those are script FU files, and they belong in the scripts folder instead. To get there, go back into Gimp Preferences, open Folders, click Scripts, and then open that file location. After that, move your script files into that folder. If you're on Linux or Mac, there is one extra thing to check. Right-click the PY file, open Properties, and make sure the option to allow executing the file as a program is enabled. Without that permission, Gimp may not recognize the plugin correctly. And now for the final step, restart Gimp. Close it completely, then open it again. This is important because Gimp only scans the plugin folders when it starts up. After relaunching, your new plugin should appear in the proper menu, depending on what it does. Some plugins show up under Filters, some under Image, and others may appear under Tools. If everything was installed correctly, you now have new functionality inside Gimp, and you're ready to start editing with extra power and flexibility. And remember, if you downloaded plugins from a source that required permissions or account access, it's always a good idea to review and remove anything you no longer need after you're done. If this tutorial helped you, please hit the like button, subscribe for more step-by-step software guides, and let me know in the comments what Gimp plugin you want to install next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.